what are some of those things that would be really valuable for our audience to be kind of made aware? If you're on the phone with them and you're saying, okay, these are the things specifically to look for, what are some of those things?
You'd want to, one, make sure that the lender is actually a lender. Unfortunately, in this business, there are a lot of brokers who market themselves as a lender that aren't actually doing the lending. So you want to make sure that any term sheet is actual terms coming from a lender and not a broker who's essentially created their own, which unfortunately does happen. You want to calculate, loan to value is a very big concept in this business, which is, the percent of the value of the property that the loan is going to be. And lenders operate, they'll loan 50, they'll loan 70, they'll loan 75 in some cases, but you want to make sure how that's calculated, because some lenders will issue terms and it's not at the current market value or the current value if the building's an investment property. It's the value if they had to sell it in a fire sale. And there's a small number of lenders that lend on that. So 70% of the value of the property might only be 45%. So that's something there's a handful of lenders and it's in the fine print, but you do need to be careful with. So you want to, your lender is going to, investigate you, if you will. They're going to underwrite you as a borrower in the property. So they're going to look at, the value of it. They're going to look at your credit. So you want to do the same thing with the lender. You want to see who this lender is. You want to make sure that, see if they're in a state that requires a new license, that they're licensed, that, go on the website, see if they have pictures of the people who work there and they have an address listed and a phone number and biographies. If it's a lender that's fueled by investor money, they'll often have an investor login. And so those are all signs that, okay, this is a quality lender, that this is what they do. A lot of the ones that they might say they're based in New York, and you look at this address and it says Fifth Avenue, and you see, and it's really a mailboxes, etc. And they're not actually on Fifth Avenue, and there's 100 other businesses with that address. And I've seen that. So you want to see if you're sending thousands of dollars for a loan deposit and an appraisal, you want to know who you're dealing with, because ultimately you're going to be dealing with them for the next, say, 6 months to 5 years. Know who this lender is, and make sure that a simple search will find lenders that maybe they've been sued a lot of times by borrowers, or they've sued a lot of borrowers, and those would be red flags. They've gotten in trouble with the state for issues. Those would all be things that you want to, if you're making a decision involving hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, that you want to make sure that you're going with a reputable lender. And so you really want to know who your lender is going to be.
Excellent. So that could be an area where the mortgage broker can also help do some of that research for the borrower, right?
They should be doing it, but the old rule is never assume.
Right.
Double check. And I know our brokers speak positively that when they tell us, oh yeah, when a customer went to your website, you have a really nice website, and it's nice to see you've been in business for so many years. Those types of things, as a rule of thumb, a lender that's been in business, longer time than less is, probably more solvent, could possibly be a better long-term partner, because like this company, we've survived double-digit interest rates. We've survived low single-digit interest rates. So we're around for the long haul, which is what you want.